Welcome into Getting Help from Uncle Sam. You know, you pay your taxes every year, and for 25 years we've done this show, and one department in the state is there for seniors. Alabama Department of Senior Services. Gene Brown is the commissioner. Gene, it's great to have you with us again. Wonderful things happening. I always tell people, dial 1-800-AGE line.
That's right.
Get all the information in the world you need about your department. But you, with the pandemic going on, I'm sure it's been a challenge.
It has been, and thank you so much, Jack, for letting me come
Oh, absolutely.
today, be on your program again. I'm here today to talk about a new concept I have in my lap, Oreo.
Huh.
Oreo is a robotic companion pet. And
Doesn't shed.
doesn't shed.
Doesn't need a litter box.
Right.
You don't have to feed it.
Won't
Except
bite,
a battery, maybe.
Won't bite, won't scratch, no visits to the vet.
Amen.
But you know, as we all know, one of the terrible consequences of COVID-19 has been isolation.
Yes.
And of all the age groups, those 65 and older are thought to be the most vulnerable.
Yes.
And it can have the most devastating effects. And so people my age, your age, were really told to stay at home as much as possible. And before the pandemic hit, I gave a lot of speeches around the state as the commissioner at Senior Services about how very deadly isolation and loneliness are for seniors.
And that was before the
Right.
pandemic.
Right. But we in Alabama have been very fortunate to find some federal money, a federal grant, to start a pilot project for companion robotic pets. And so we are distributing an equal amount of money all throughout the state so that they can do a pilot project on these companion pets. And so what we will do, there is a loneliness scale test that is recognized as being reliable. And I've asked the people who will be passing out the pets throughout the state to give the loneliness scale test at the time they give the pet, then give it again at 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months, so that we can assess whether these pets have been as successful in Alabama as they have been in a couple of other states. So it will be a year-long pilot project. And I would also like to demonstrate what Oreo can do.
Absolutely.
She's in my lap.
So the only thing you have to feed her is a battery.
That's right. And I was told by the company where we got these that it's a long-lasting battery. So Oreo will purr. I'll see if I can get her to purr.
Oh, look at that.
Scratch her nose, clean herself with her paws.
Isn't that neat?
Don't know if the camera can pick up the
I'm sure
purring.
the camera's got it, and your mic is probably hearing it too.
Okay, good.
Yes.
And so I have kept this one at my house to see how we like it. And if she's on, if you haven't petted her or spoken to her in a while, if you just pass by, she'll meow to let you know she's still there.
I'll be. Isn't that something?
So our great hope is that for people with dementia and those who are just lonely and isolated, that they might be interested in getting one of these robotic companion pets.
So you haven't paid attention long enough to her. She's letting you know.
Good
Don't
kitty.
forget about me.
Good kitty.
So how does somebody go about getting one of these pets?
Well, first let me say for the dog lovers,
Okay.
it's
there's
not just the cats.
Okay.
So there's a dog available and then several colored cats depending on your preference.
Isn't that something?
But the company we got these from is called Joy for All Ageless Innovations. So if you just Google robotic companion pets, Joy for All, it'll pop right up.
Okay. So then the people that get the pet, they actually have to pay for the pet, right?
Well,
Or does the grant pay for the
in
pet?
our pilot project, we have $15,000, and
Okay.
so no, these are being distributed free without any cost.
Okay.
And then as we see whether they're as successful as we're hoping they will be, I will be looking for some more federal money if they do what we're hoping they will do in reducing that loneliness scale. I do know in the state of New York, of course, they've had a tremendous number of COVID cases, but in the state of New York, these cute little companion pets reduced feelings of loneliness and sadness by 70%.
Wow.
Just, and the other wonderful thing is, these don't cost a whole lot of money. The state is able to get these for a little under $100 per pet.
Is that right? Per pet?
The state is
Yes.
paying $75 for Oreo, and then the dogs cost $90. But so they're free of charge because it is a pilot project.
Sure. Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
Yeah. So right now, if a person is watching this show, if they have a loved one that's being somewhat isolated, can they call the Age Line number, 1-800 Age Line, or go to your website?
Well,
And do you have a person in your department that's kind of the robotic pet person right now?
we do.
Good.
They would need to call our age line.
Right.
As you've given out the number.
And we're going to super it on here too, Jean.
Great.
Yeah.
It would be Nick Nyberg would be
Okay.
the
I
person
know
to
Nick.
contact. Nick Nyberg.
Okay.
And he can connect them. The way they're currently be distributing, Alabama has 13 area agencies on aging.
Right.
There's one for every region of the state, and we would direct them to their area agency on aging. But if they just want to purchase one, we can also tell them how to go about doing that.
That's great.
Yes.
That makes it wonderful. Well, it's another wonderful thing that comes out of the Alabama Department of Senior Services.
Thank you.
You've got so many programs, and we want to let our viewers know, if you do want to see everything that's there, either go online to the website for the Alabama Department of Senior Services or call. They've got so many things to help seniors that are absolutely free of charge. That's what's wonderful about your department.
Absolutely. And Oreo is still purring in my lap.
She sure is. We're going to keep her going. And the nice thing about Oreo, if you move her to the side, she's not going to jump up and trip you.
That's
you
right.
You put her in a safe, unless you put her on the floor in front of you.
That's right.
Well, Jean, thank you so much for the great work that you folks are doing.
Thank you so much. My pleasure to be with you today.
Absolutely. And of all the different state agencies, this is one that's totally dedicated to seniors, does a wonderful job. And we'll be right back right after this.